Good morning. Shh. We gotta be quiet because there's something different about today. What? Do you hear that? Birds chirping? The weird ambiance of like cars? Is that dew? Is that dew forming on flower petals? Yes, it is. We actually are like early in the morning. Like I'm so proud of myself. I've been getting these out like 11 a.m. I started out doing 6 a.m. every single day, and I was like, you know what? This is gonna be real. If we're gonna keep this a $1.50, I'm not gonna be waking up that early every morning. But today I woke up at 5, and I didn't even realize it doesn't even get light until like 7, and so it's like 7:15 now. And we got it. Look, prime time, prime real estate. And oh my God, a bird just flew. Did I just say God's name? I'm sorry. That's crazy. I actually said that. I haven't said that in forever. I don't even know what prompted me. It was a bird. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, it is a big deal though. April 3rd, greatness is service, and God even tied see them free. That's crazy that I literally, oh my gosh, is that a blue jay? Oh, okay, now it's saw me coming. All right, I'm sorry guys, I'm flabbergasted right now. I know you guys are like shocked too, but we are up early this morning and we have God calling. God even tied. Let's get into the devotion. I hope you guys are having a good morning. I hope you guys can actually watch this at a good time and we get good views. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens. God calling, greatness is service. My children, I am here, your waiting Lord, ready at your call. I am among you as one that serveth, meek and holy, ready to be used and commanded. Remember, that is the finest quality of greatness, service. The finest quality of greatness, God is saying, is service. God is saying that what really makes a man, what really makes a woman, what really makes a disciple of God is someone who can serve, is someone who can lay down themselves, put away, cast away all their selfishness, right? Not only internally so that you can let God in, but also selfishness so that you can bring unto others God's glory, God's grace, and God's love, right? I, who could command a universe, I await the commands of my children. Bring me into everything. Literally, God is saying, who are you not to serve? If God, the creator of the universe, awaits the commands of his children, if we're able to talk to God and pray and be like, God, please help me with this, please. And God is awaiting. God is like, please talk to me. All I want is for you to talk to me. All I want is a relationship with you, right? I want to give you things. I want to help you. I want to help you awaken. I want to help you grow. I want to help you learn. If God himself is sitting there waiting to serve, who are we not? Who are we not to serve? Who are we not to cast away our own selfish desires and just serve and just be like the godly people God wants us to be? It's literally crazy. I've never even thought about that before. That like God is just like, he's the Father, right? He's the Holy Spirit, he's all these things, but he's a server. He's a servant. Like first and foremost, like he literally created this world. He created us. He created our futures. He created everything that we hold dear. It's like who are we not to be able to like do like even a fraction of that? That is crazy. That is crazy when you put it in perspective that way. You will find such joy as the time goes on in speaking to each other of me and together climbing higher. Always humble, meek, and lowly in heart. Learn this, no position, just a servant. Guys, if you truly want to grow and you truly want to, oh my gosh, cat? Is this what goes on at 7 a.m.? Is this why I don't do this? Oh my gosh, Pine code. All right, sorry, we're getting distracted. Guys, literally God is saying right here, learn to be a servant. Learn to be humble. Learn to truly humble yourself, and you're going to be able to grow in the Lord so much. All right, I got to pet this cat. Hello. Good morning. Whose are you? Why are you flashing the camera like that? That's crazy. Not on God's morning. No way you're going to be flashing the camera like that. God inside, see them free. If I bore the sins of all in my agonized heart in the Garden of Gethsemane and on Calvary, then when you seek to punish others whom you despise, you punish and despise me. And then now we're taking that one step further, right? Not only being selfish, right? But punishing others, right? Like casting your will onto others. Your will is not... God doesn't give a crap. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only reason you even have, that faith, the faith that you're standing on right now, is through the grace and glory of God, right? So it's like who are you to be putting and enacting your will onto others, right? The only will that you should be enacting onto others is God's will, is Jesus' will, and that starts with finding that within yourself. My throwing aside the grave clothes and my stepping onto the sunlit garden of Esther morn were symbolic of the freedom I had brought for my children, and which they would know in me. Are you seeking to bind the grave clothes round me? When you recognize a man's sins, you must go further always and see him as free. The grave clothes of sin and limitation. We cannot see people who have sinned. We cannot see people who have done wrong as bad people. We should not see them as lower than us, right? Because that could be us. That could so easily be us. And we are sinners. We are all sinners in our own way. And sometimes, some sins aren't even worse than others. There's only one unholy sin, and that's like deriving the youth off their path. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but that's like the one like unforgivable sin, is like really like destroying the youth, destroying God's perfect creation. And so it's like all sins are equal at that point, right? Being like homosexual is the same exact sin as cheating on your wife, or like saying God's name in vain like I just did is the same exact sin as stealing or killing someone. Like, it's literally crazy to think about, right? So it's like, why should we put or limit other people for their sins when we are just as sinful as them, and we have the same potential to do wrong as they do, which is just crazy to think about. So you should always see people as you see yourself. That's why that parable that is so widely known, treat your neighbor as yourself, that is so important, that is so vital, because we really need to see people as God's creation and not as people below us, and not as just earthly disgusting people, because that's how God sees them. We should see people as God's creation, as God sees them, which is holy and beautiful and capable of so much. Cast aside the stone that shut out his vision of loving God. Rolled away, he the risen man, walking in my strength and conquering in my power. Cast aside the stone that shut out the vision of loving God. That's obviously talking about the tomb, right? Easter, resurrection day. Rolled away, he the risen man, walking in my strength and conquering in my power. So Jesus, he's talking about Jesus, right? God's talking about Jesus. He the risen man, walking in my strength and conquering my power. Jesus is God, right? It's saying that Jesus was a human just like me and you, and he was God. He had God in it. He was God. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. So it's like, what potential do we have if Jesus was just like us, flesh and bone, flesh and blood, right? He died for us. How could we not be able to get to that level? It is possible, right? Everyone has that in them. Just as everyone has the ability to do bad, everyone has the ability to literally like just rise up and be so amazing and be so holy. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever limit people. You never know what someone's gone through. You never know someone's story, right? Just treat everyone as God would treat everyone as Jesus. WWJD, that's the quote for today. That's April 3rd. This one's been wacky. This one's wild. It's been all over the place. But this is what happens when you get me up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I love you guys. And with that, I will say amen.